Let's play.
Hello and welcome. So this little introduction isn't going to be a normal thing for the playthroughs, but as it's the first video for the channel, thought I'd just do a little intro here. Also thank anyone who's come over from the FFB channel. Appreciate your support. It might not really be what the kind of content you're after following me on Farthest Frontier, but here it is anyway. So in this video, we'll be starting a series playing a indie game built on the same engine that I'm going to be working on, or have started working on, called Interstellar Sentinel. So this is the gameplay for that. Appreciate everyone stopping by, and hopefully catch you again soon for the next one. Cheers. So, Interstellar Sentinel. Like I said, I've got a little tiny bit of knowledge about it, but A, I'm not very good at these games, or very experienced with them, and B, although I've watched a lot
Shoot
of...
this communication dialogue to start difficulty selection.
Although I've watched or had DrBossKey's videos and streams on in the background, because I find it inspirational to hear his passion for developing his game. And I'm aware that there's some stuff like monster trophies and secrets and stuff, but I don't know where they are. You're not going to see some clever run where I'm chasing particular things, although I've seen a few people play it a little bit, including DrBossKey himself. I'm kind of going in blind here, so I'm going to be giving my impressions. It's my opinions. I don't think DrBossKey will take offense anyway. He seems like a very decent dude. So yeah, I'll just be saying what I personally think about it. It's not necessarily what other people will think about it. So yeah, so right off the bat, this is nice. We've got like a in-game menu sort of system, and the black background's very clean. It helps me instantly understand what's going on here. And we've got some controls in the bottom left. Not a massive fan of how high they are on the screen, and it kind of overlaps the character as you come in, so maybe that could be shifted down. I'm going to be talking about stuff like this because I enjoy games, game design, and giving my input on them. I also get into the character and these kind of portal weapon locators, but I think I'll probably do that in a kind of wrap-up section where I might add some imagery and some stuff I've done myself with the assets just to illustrate my points. But anyway, so difficulty, and we've had a nice little vocal line to tell us what's going on. Shoot this communication dialogue to start difficulty, and it tells us that we've got a top and bottom weapon. I guess both work. So because I've been using this engine as well, and there may be a good reason for it, but yeah, he's utilizing this sort of menu system where you're destroying the options. I personally found that I preferred lower kind of life total, so the choice is a little more instant than it was then, but that might be my choice in weapon. I can't remember which one I used. I think it was the bottom weapon. So we'd definitely be starting in casual, and it's no shame in knocking the rust off, but I think it's not a case of rust. I just getting started in this genre again. Again, it might be covered in my preamble, but the last real shooter, other than joining my mate for a couple of sessions of Icariga back however many decades ago that was now, yeah, other than that, was back in the 90s when I was like 10 years old. We had a game, I might pop it up on the screen now, called Tubular Worlds that I used to play on our PC. But anyway, so I'm going to try the top weapon now, which is, I'm using the Xbox pad, so it's the X button. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of how long this takes, personally. I really like the vehicle sound effects stuff, but I think like that could just be toned back a little bit volume wise. It's a little overwhelming. So this is cool. I like how this shifts, and the fade-in's really nice as well. I did see briefly him testing or I say him, you're probably watching, I hope, at some point, DBK, but yeah, so I saw you kind of testing just to double check that with the updates to the engine that everything was working fine. And so I've seen this kind of menu before, and although I do like it, I think this green grid could be toned back a little. It's a little bit too intrusive for me. Again, this is my own thing, so we'll definitely be going for tutorial. As I say, okay. I mean, it doesn't say to shoot it, so it kind of makes sense, but maybe like as a...
Captain's log. I'm placing the Veil Piercer starship on autopilot to get my hands dirty collecting monster soul bits.
I didn't actually check whether to see... see, this one says fly over here, so maybe that could be in that previous menu, because it wasn't totally obvious after shooting the first option. And... yeah, so if I go quiet, it's because I'm reading. Fly over here. Really nice speed and control. I don't know if the
Weapon system. Top weapon.
Not sure if...
rapid fire. Great for dealing with low health enemies.
Okay, so the top weapon for low health stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure whether my not sure whether my dead zone settings carry over from my choices within sort of shmup creator games, but regardless, it feels exactly how I'd want it to feel at the moment. Cool. So what? I'm not sure if she said to shoot that. Yeah, so I'd like
Bottom
to
weapon.
probably see...
Power shot. This is great for dealing with high health enemies. You may notice how much faster this weapon bay destroys these communication transmissions.
Okay, cool. But yeah, maybe again the sheet here is... the first menu was, I think it said sheet here, the second one didn't say anything, the third one said sheet here, and this fourth set doesn't say sheet here, so it might be kind of implied by the...
Mid-weapon. Utility. Fires automatically when firing your top or bottom weapons.
Mid-weapon utility fires automatically firing your top or bottom weapons. Cool. Yeah.
Super weapon. Butt saver. Cancels enemy bullets and makes you invulnerable. Try it out now.
Super weapon online.
It's a super weapon, which is B, cancels enemy bullets. Yeah, so maybe like the try it out now, or I don't know if as well as, but to maybe I don't know, sort of, I know like you've said before about it's difficult if not everyone's using an Xbox pad, and like I like your generic pad you've used for your somewhat similar to what I'm using in mine. But yeah, maybe something on this menu to kind of indicate that. But and that super, I tell you, that is a thing of beauty. Okay.
If you're defeated, your weapon set will downgrade to the previous weapon set. A weapon set is the top, mid, and bottom weapons. The DrBossKey that I know doesn't blow up starships too often. Well, while he is inside them, at least. Mwahaha. Ha.
So I'm not sure here whether if you're defeated. Yeah, so what do I do? Do I... Yeah, I'm not too sure about this. Yeah, I think just some continuation of the shoot here prompts or something. Even if it's not the words, just something to indicate that a little better. And the fact that one then appears behind me, I'm not sure if that's intentional or...
Power-ups. I'm your designated power-up giver to keep your butt out of trouble. Don't worry. My magic lets you fly your ship into me to phase power-ups into the ship. Or you can send me a signal with your weapons to drop the power-ups in the world. Meowth.
I should probably use this bottom weapon, I guess. What's that about? I see, that's that character.
Weapons up.
It's kind of funny because
Weapons up. Weapons up.
Seen
Super weapon online.
again, like I don't know it in any great detail, but I've seen the. Yes, I've got to collect.
Weapons
these.
up. Weapons up. Thanks for the help. Weapons team. Up. Let's take a look at our suit schematic. This is the only vulnerability point on the suit. Of course, it's the super weapon reactor core that I am basically strapped to. Well, back to plan A. Don't take damage from enemies. Got it?
Cool. Cool. So again, I'm gonna shoot this. Yeah, I think it could be clearer. I don't know if you said as well before, but this graphic at the bottom with the cut-offs on
Monster
the...
trophy medals. Screen clearing enemies will summon the monster trophy enemy. Destroy the monster trophy enemy to earn a medal.
Clearing the screen of enemies. So what...
And you guessed it, this will spawn more monsters. Medals let you reach higher chain combos and are lost on death. Now, how fun is that? 1cc Dreams, here we come.
Yeah, I think that I'm really excited about this whole monster trophy mechanic, and like I said, I'm vaguely aware of it, but don't really know how it functions. So in that explanation, I'm not sure, like when it says clear the screen of enemies, whether that, like, do I get one every time I clear a screen of enemies, or does it mean a particular set of enemies, like of the same type or something? I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll figure it out by playing, but that bit was kind of a little less clear, I guess. So match combo cat and we'll reset if you die. They also spawn more monsters too. Cool music, by the way.
Chain combo meter. Kill enemies before the meter drains to keep it going for maximum fun and prizes.
Kill enemies before the meter. Oh yeah, cool. I'd say that maybe the chevron is a little...
Monster soul bits. Green glowing goodies to fill your super weapon. I mean, super weapon drives need to be powered by something. You know what I mean? Wait a minute.
Cool. Yeah, so I was going to say about the chevrons not being necessarily clear enough when they're indicating, but I think it goes back to what I said about the green grid. If you drop that back by basically dropping the brightness on it, or, you know, there's a few things you could do for it, then things like the chevrons would pop more. There's not enough, almost like enough distance between the character and the background, and it kind of imposes on some of the other UI stuff, because all this stuff's so good. It's like, yeah, it shouldn't be noticeable that the green's cutting through it, I don't think, personally. But anyway, that's my my suggestion there. So killing what's occurred is so it's saying about filling the. So there you go, the chevron there. Like, they are obvious, but like I think it could pop a little more. And I personally widen them so it's like a way more obvious which bit it is you're trying to indicate on the screen. Here we go. This is going to be terrible. I have to. So, just trying to get to the bottom weapon. I've got a kind of charge up timer, danger, challenge. That's the pacifist and the maid thing. So I've seen that. One thing I'm going to have to, because I have seen this being played out before, and this totally could be intentional, and it's a me thing rather than the community. Shoot 'em up community would say, "What the hell are you talking about?" But this background's incredible artwork. I'm going to go into at a later point, but some of these more foreground objects, I do understand like parallax speed and stuff, but I feel like it's a little much. Like, maybe even if it's just as a first-timer, casual noob type player playing this, it's a bit like throwing me in at the deep end visually with that going on while then also trying to take on the enemies and stuff. So I just noticed it before when other people were playing that I think it's amazing, but just like pull back the speed on the parallax panning of some of the closer kind of background objects. Anyway, I don't think I want to take on Pacifist Mage yet. Let's just try and even get through the first level. So those Loki things. And yeah, so I'm going to try and chat while playing and not pause it every 3 or 4 seconds. And one thing, a massive positive as far as I'm concerned, is the visuals and graphic style. Absolutely love it. There's like such a cool. So what we at health wise? Went back up there slightly. Is that health? Yeah, cool. So the green ones are health. Yeah, it's got this like amazing sort of visual style or vibe of that like era of almost like pinball machines and classic rock art and that kind of, I don't know what the technical term for it is, but it has a lot of that vibe about it. And I know from so that's that monster trophy. So what? So is it all of these types? Is that? I don't know. Yeah, see that? It might be maybe just being a complete novice. This. I remember seeing this and other people playing it. The sound effect, the boss entrance is so good. So good. Absolutely love it. What I will say is that the font size for both the music track and the boss thing, I'm not sure exactly. If it was me, I guess I'd try and either add some sort of pseudo drop shadow, so even if you weren't using the in-game the in-editor font for the drop shadow, instead just use some form of effects trigger or just a semi-alphaed black cloud image just to distance it slightly would be kind of cool. And I might bring it down a notch in size just a little, because it takes up a fair bit of screen real estate. It's just a personal thing again, but I wanted to mention it because it's something I thought about while I was watching. So I find... Oof, yeah, what's going on here? This is probably me going to be dying, unfortunately. So there's not masses of feedback that maybe I'm not doing damage to the boss. There didn't seem to be like a clear it's taking damage, or that there's... what is that? I think we'll go try and get that on our next run. Yeah, I'm not sure, am I supposed to be hitting a specific part of him? Is he taking damage? It might be really obvious to someone else, but I can't... Oof, Jesus. I can't tell myself. And... yeah, okay. The bottom weapon, this... it's kind of more instant now, so I guess that initial bottom weapon almost put me off using bottom weapon because of the charge up. Again, you're getting the impressions of someone who's very inexperienced. I would say as well, as a first boss for a noob, this is really, really good. Like, it's not so challenging that not in the fight, if you know what I mean. And obviously, like with most of these, oh man, the visuals. Most of these games, there's a lot of like familiarity stuff. This is literally my first time playing the game, so good. So the boss entrance and the boss exit were amazing. The boss taking damage was not obvious enough for me. I'm not sure what the solution to that is. Jesus, I need to start using super. Yeah. Trying to remember. So I got top weapon. Trying to remember what does what, if I'm honest. Oof, that bottom weapon charge is personally a little hefty, but I'm glad I've got as far as I have, if I'm honest. So that was like a mid-level boss, or... so this is this... yeah, I don't know about the whole monster trophy thing yet. I'm sure I'll wrap my head around it. But again, as a complete noob... ooh. Oh, cool. So I got one, I'm not sure exactly why. So I'm not sure, I'm not gonna make any oh no, that's bad. I'm not gonna make any suggestion on a fix, just to let you know that I was, so far I'm a little confused about how the monster trophy system works. I'm not sure what the solution there is, because I don't know yet how it functions, but maybe once I do figure it out I might make some suggestions in my conclusion part of the video. Oof. Yeah, again there, I'm not really sure if there was a specific part of that gunbait thing that was supposed to be let's get a little more. So I can't remember whether I'm going to use Xbox pad terms, but whether Y button did something. I've kind of forgotten the controls already. personally prefer my super to be Y, so I don't know if I can change that in game settings. That might help. What the hell was that? Those yellow spinning things. Oh man, see, that is so cool. So the enemy design and some of these death animations, the sounds, the background here. So the depth here between the I know he said he was gonna, I think he's gonna fix that foreground image jarring edge. But yeah, the sense of depth and it's not too confusing or anything. It's very clear. Yeah, it's excellent. Yeah, see again, I'd want to drop it slightly, but to make it pop with a little drop shadow. That would just top that off. But yeah, like I don't know how much is DrBossKey and how much is other artists, but the visuals and not just the final, well, it kind of is the final product, but not just the artwork, but the design itself and overall layout. It's just so well done. Okay, so I'm still reluctant to use my bottom weapon. That was cool. Not entirely sure what I did, but as in
Weapons up.
yeah, that. Some of the bullets are giving me points, or so I need to probably go for these skulls, I guess. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think maybe some subtle UI highlights for some of this stuff might be cool. Again, it might be something I demonstrate with some quick visuals I put together. So is it this cool effect of my weapon that's doing some occasional bullet cancel or something? Yeah, I do really want my super on Y. Because I'm not a very capable pad gamer. I don't, like I said, play a lot of... So I didn't get anything, definitely didn't get that. And yeah, that's how you do it. Determined, very clever use of positive wording. I like that. Very cool. Yeah, I'd say some sort of prompt as to what do I do. Yeah, I think it's obvious what I'm about to say there. Maybe a small pulsing scale or some words saying next stage or something in a different colour font, or something to highlight where it is I'm supposed to go next. But this scene again, man, I've been so excited to play this because, like, watching other people play it and stuff, yeah, it looks fun, looks cool, but I kept looking at these visuals and thinking, like, how does that feel when you're playing the game? And it is just excellent. I absolutely love it. So I'm not sure, yeah. I guess it's more a learning over time. It's not really a... yeah, I do remember it's something to do if you... Yeah, so that's one thing I do remember from watching other people play it, is that if you go... Oh, that was terrible. Oh. Oh, that was so dumb. What am I doing? Yeah, if you go within a certain range, those things detonate because you can't kill them otherwise. So cool. Like it's got this like, yeah, like I don't know, like sort of old fairy tale book illustration stuff, not like totality, but okay. So yeah. Yeah, not entirely sure about the Monster Trophy stuff yet, but gameplay-wise, it's feeling great. Good job I put it on casual mode, that's all I can say. So what's this? Yeah, cool, I like that. See, that was really well... So like, there was a previous one I missed, but it's a very enticing highlight on the screen. It's great. It's so well telegraphed. Yeah, that was done. So yeah, I'm sure I'll pick up a few more sort of techniques. I know I'm not using my super and I should be at certain points. Maybe we'll use it here. We can make it through here. This. Ooh. That off-screen laser thing. I see that it will prompt, but that is pretty savage. Don't want to try this passive fist bonus thing. Be scared at the moment, even on casual. I don't know how it sort of balances between the different difficulties, but this feels outright, if I'm honest. And yeah, I've been playing a little bit shields and it's pretty evil. Huh. Cool weapon.
Weapons down.
And this is a cool weapon. Love the pacing of the fire rate. This is going to be a death. Kind of wanted to kill this thing, but I'm going to go back to playing it kind of safe. Okay, team badge. Okay, interesting. See, the flipper's good, but I'd say this boss, or I'm not even sure, is this a mid-boss or a boss? I'm lost as to where I am. Okay, cool, yeah. So maybe that first one, because of its, I'd say, simplicity, I guess, that maybe it shouldn't take as long to kill, just so you move on to this more interesting stuff. again, it's all just personal opinion, but I thought I'd share my thoughts. Yeah, I think I'd beef up the indicator that I'm doing damage to these bosses. It might be specific to each boss, some way of doing that. But I definitely feel like something... Ooh. Maybe a telegraph there for its respawning back in or something. Aha. Machines again. What a banger this is. Loving these kind of acidy synth, whatever's going on. This is so epic and so epic in regards to the multiple stages, and see, this is so good. Great design, well executed. I'd still, I'd love to see a little more feedback that I'm doing damage. That would be my one critique of that particular element. That first part of this boss was too long. The rest of it's been absolutely brilliant. But I'd still like to see a little more feedback that I'm doing damage. Backgrounds. So well done. Hey, got something. Or did something. Oof. I'm definitely not going to have the bottom two. Or the pacifist mode. Audacious. Let's go. That is what I'm talking about. Right, I might take a short break there before I head into Shrivas Mountain. Shrivas Mountain. Yeah, again, I'd just like to see a little more. This is where to go next on that icon, like something there. Anyway, I'll be back. Catch you guys soon. Cheers.